Well, live to you from East Bengal Ground for another match day of the Indian Women's League, and it's the 39th match of the campaign as SESA Football Academy, who are at the bottom of the table, still winless, take on Sribhumi FC, who are in fourth position and winless in their last four games. So both teams have a chance to get into a bit of form. SESA, of course, right at the bottom of the table, just a 1 point in their 9 matches. They've only scored 3 goals, just the one draw. They haven't won a game yet. Is this the day that they get their first 3 points of the campaign? They've got a talented side, it's just not clicked so far. Moving forward in numbers has been a problem, and now it's time to try and get that elusive first win. That's what we have in store for you today. 4 matches throughout the Indian Women's League on the Indian Football YouTube channel as we take a look at the lineup for SESA Football Academy with Seema, Sulekha, Simran, Janvi, Bertha, Sangeeta, the goalkeeper who has been impressive, Jivanti, Amruta, Sarjida, Payal and Maureen. Options on the bench as well in the form of Anilia, who has scored one of those 3 goals, and Sribhumi, who since the restart haven't really found the form which they had before. Winless in their last 4. Just the one draw since the restart. That too coming back from behind against Garhwal. But this is one fixture they'll be looking at and thinking 3 points are up for grabs. But easier said than done, of course. Starting 11 for Sribhumi. There's Arifa, Thoibisana, Rimpa, who's been in good form, Dangmai Grace, who is the skipper and should be getting into form soon, Mugli, Sibani, Karishma, Anju Chanu, Khambi the keeper Mamta, and Kamala Devi. Options on the bench as well for them. There's Felicia and Philomena, both the Ghanaians, as well as Veronica as well, 3 Ghanaians actually on the bench. Monlisha Devi not starting, she's on the bench today. So it will be Khambi Chanu who gets the chance with the gloves in hand. So there we go. The referees lead the teams out. SESA Football Academy wearing their blue strip. Sribhumi FC wearing their red and white. Coach Edith Fernandez and SESA Football Academy, they need to come good. Relegation might be mostly done and dusted because the other teams are far away from them, but it's about playing for pride. It's about showing why you're here in the IWL.
They will come, wait.
So quick team picture also. All smiles for Sribhumi, although they aren't in the best of form. SESA need to just enjoy the occasion. That's when you play your best football. So they're the referees team. Pooja S is the referee, assisted by Reshmi Chetri and Laltan Sangi, and Ruba Devi is the 4th official. The captains come in, Seema leading the side for SESA. Very strong in the defensive sense of things. And Dangmai Grace with the captain's armband for Sribhumi. And you would expect someone like Dangmai Grace to get a few more goals than she has this season. just the two in the 4-0 win versus Gokulam Kerala. What a big win that was, the first game of the season for them. But apart from that, hasn't really troubled the scorers.
I have time. Give them to touch the ball. Time hai na.
So as I said, SESA have had a torrid time. 3 goals only that they've scored in the campaign. They've conceded 33, a goal difference of minus 30, which you won't want to look at. They started off with 5 losses in a row, then they drew a game, which was a bit of a positive, and then they've lost 3 again since the restart. Sribhumi, on the other hand, have won 3, drawn 1 and lost 5, and are bang in the middle of the table in 4th out of 8. But they haven't got too much of momentum coming into this one. After the break, they lost to East Bengal. Before that, they lost to Nita FA. Then they drew to Garhwal and then lost recently to SESA FC. So right in the middle of the table.
We have 3 minutes.
So there's still a bit of time, as you can hear from the sidelines. We've got to start at sharp 4. Couple of minutes to go, which allows me to take you through the IWL table. East Bengal, of course, sitting pretty at the top, 27 points. Then SETU with 19. Then Nita FA with 15 and Sribhumi with 10. So Sribhumi would love to move towards that 3rd spot, which is occupied by Nita FA right now. And 3 teams on 10 points. Sribhumi, Gokulam Kerala and Kickstart all on 10. Then Garhwal on 9. That 9th spot. Sorry, that 7th spot also. A relegation spot. So actually, it is a relegation battle from 4th to 7th. And 8th, of course, SESA. Don't have much hope on 1 point. With 5 games to go. They'd love to win every game. That'll be very unlikely. So all to play for in this matchup. As we get ready for kickoff. Referee Pooja S getting ready to get us underway. It is 4 p.m. so we should be starting off in the next few seconds. I'm not sure what the delay is about, but either ways, will be Karishma to start us off for Sribhumi. Will be attacking from the left to right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting
for the countdown. Here we go.
Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So here we go. Match number 39 kicks off between SESA Football Academy and Sribhumi FC. We're live from the East Bengal Ground, which is one of the co-hosts of this second phase of the Indian Women's League. And so far it's the home of the champions-elect, of course, who will be in action later on this evening. As East Bengal will take the field at their home ground under lights. But for now, it is about SESA, who haven't won a game in the campaign so far, looking for their first, and Sribhumi, who haven't won in the last four, looking for 3 points to get them out of what is a tricky situation right now. That's a lovely ball down to the left-hand side, an opportunity for Dangmai Grace to take the shot. Good defensive work from Amruta Nayak. But Sribhumi still have the ball. Shot is taken pretty wide though. Amruta dropping back and doing well. One of the 3 goal scorers that SESA have had this season, Amruta, Diana and Anelia Barreto. They need a few more in this campaign if they are to salvage anything, even if it's a bit of pride. Kamala Devi, very experienced in the midfield, loves to spray those passes around, doesn't get the ball this time. Dangmai Grace looks for the ball herself. Could be a foul. Yes, it is. A delayed one given there by the referee. Sulekha stays down. A bit of a hand to the mouth, unfortunately. Those ones do pain for a bit, but she's good. So the issue for SESA has been carrying the ball up the field. They've been defensively okay most of the time. And then when they try to carry the ball up, it doesn't work out. Then they lose it, and then they're out of shape. And that's when they concede the goals. So, of course, that is no secret that they've conceded 33 goals. But there have been times where they've conceded just a few. And that being said, the last time these two teams met, it was a slender margin, just a 1-0 win for Sribhumi, thanks to an Anju Tamang goal. Ball getting stuck there. And now sprayed, but there was nobody home. The SESA also did really well to hold Gokulam Kerala to a 0-0 draw. That's the only point they've got so far. Now they have a run down the right-hand side. Opportunity to cross first time. That's great pace being shown there by Thoibi Sana Chanu. Did really well to catch up to Maureen Achieng, who looked like a favourite to cross that ball into the centre. There was a runner through as well. Here comes Sribhumi. That's a nice run. Tries to keep going. The option was there to play it to Karishma early though. The warrior between the sticks. Sangeeta Mongar, who's also had an injury to her head or her eye and is still battling on. Chance now maybe for SESA. Opportunity to shoot from the edge of the area but blocked. It was versus Gokulam Kerala that she sustained that injury, Sangeeta, but what saves? Couldn't continue after a while. As Anshika took over, she also made a few saves. But the pressure from Gokulam Kerala was just a bit too much. She went off, got stitches and came back. One of the heroic performances of this Indian Women's League, as we've seen many of them in the campaign. Ball towards the right hand side now. Slightly heavy pass, shot is taken through the legs. Got a bit of a touch on it there. Did Payal. Easy pickings. As Anju tries to get another goal. That's Anju Chanu, by the way. There are two Anjus in this Sribhumi team. Anju Chanu's also scored a few, but it was Anju Tamang who got the goal that separated these two teams earlier in the season in phase 1. Anju Chanu scoring in that 4-0 win versus Gokulam Kerala. And also in the 3-0 win versus Garhwal. Throw towards the corner flag. We could try to get a corner of this at the least. Played backwards, poor cross. Could go out for a corner again. That's a nice touch. Cleared into the area. Not much of an angle on it. And now Sribhumi have a chance to clear. They're delaying it a bit. It wasn't the best clearance, but now SESA will pick it up and play it towards the right hand side. I think she was onside there, trying to come back on, but it was a very deep line by the defense. So this is how SESA start usually. They have a few runs into the area, but they don't make the most of it. They've got to just be a little bit more clinical in the chances they get. Lots of teams at the bottom of league tables get few chances, but take them. That is their MO of surviving. That's an awkward one. Could be one back. Could be a foul as well. A bit of a clash, but 50-50 according to the ref. And good to see Shibani Devi getting up and playing. That is nicely done. And as I say that, a bit of a commentator's curse. Payal unable to play the pass she was looking for. Awkward ball. Nothing really coming off that from Mamta. Edith Laureano Fernandez, the coach of SESA. Sujata Kar, coach of Sribhumi. Both of them will be looking for a result today. And such is the way the table is sitting, with a few teams on 10 and one on 9. Sribhumi don't have a choice here. They've got to win this game. That's a lovely challenge. Good work there from Sulekha. Does really well to get out of a sticky situation. But again, they can't hold on to possession there, SESA. And SESA will take a bit of confidence out of the fact that they only conceded the one goal versus Sribhumi last time round. That's another aimless ball. Whenever you are struggling at the bottom of the table, you tend to look at whatever positives you can find over the season, over the course of it. One of those will be the fact that this is the team that they have conceded the least against. And that's why they had a bit of confidence against Gokulam Kerala. It was them who they got the draw against early on, but then a 3-0 loss most recently. Chance for Kambi Chanu also for Sribhumi FC in between the sticks. And as I said, I think Sribhumi will be relying on their captain Dangmai Grace to be a little bit more clinical. She's had a few chances in previous games, just hasn't been able to hit the target. You do have those sorts of spells in the season, but you've got to get out of it. That's really important. And especially when it's your captain who has been such a big performer for the Indian national side, for her team. That's a nice ball towards the left-hand side. Chance to cross. Looks for the nutmeg before that. SESA holding their own here in defense, doing well. See Marcus Porta clearing it away this time. Bit of a clearance there, not taking any chances. I'm not sure what's happened there. A yellow card given to Sulekha. Or was it something off the ball? Either way, a yellow for Sulekha. And there you go. So we're a quiet first 10 to 12 minutes, still waiting for a chance on either end. Rimpa plays it through. Too close to the defender though. And now they can spread it towards the right hand side. Sibani Devi looks for a cross. Finds Karishma. Now it's Rimpa. Holds on to possession. Rimpa's had a good season so far. Very promising. Not the best of balls. Easy pickings there for the defense. There's also some IWL 2 games going on as well, where the second division of the Women's League is taking place. The fight for promotion is on. Looking for a reverse ball towards Sibani, doesn't work. So as I said, today 4 matches taking place. SESA versus Sribhumi, this one. Then at the AIFF National Centre of Excellence, also in Kolkata. Garhwal United taking on Gokulam Kerala. Another big game. Then there's East Bengal taking on Kickstart in the evening. Were challenged by Sulekha. Had to time that properly because could have been another foul and she's already on a yellow. And then also Nita FA taking on Setu FC, which is another important matchup in the evening. East Bengal looking to make it 10 wins out of 10 in this campaign. What a season they're having. But Kickstart would like to spoil the party. That's a nice move from Rimpa. She keeps going. Not sure whether that was a shot or a pass, but Wasn't enough purchase on it. 50-50 ball here. That's nicely done by Kamala Devi, using all that awareness in the midfield. Here's Mamta. Decides not to go for that pass forward, keeping possession, playing the patient game here, Sribhumi. They'll feel like they are in control of this game. But SESA have had more touches in the opposition box. Another poor pass forward this time though. Played into space. Simran needs to clear though. Does a decent job. Unnecessary touch there from Anju Chanu because it was going to be her way. That's a good touch from Maureen. And a poor one by Janvi Kishan, who usually does keep the ball well in that midfield area. So still looking for their first proper chance here, either team. Rimpa. Towards Sibani. Rimpa continues her run, doesn't get the ball though. Now she might. Mamta plays it towards Rimpa. Chance to cross here. Decent delivery, but easy pickings eventually for Sangeeta. There was no runner and she didn't really curl the ball away from Sangeeta. That was the issue. But Rimpa has been really impressive this season. Didn't score in the last game, but before that scored in back-to-back. Once in the 2-2 draw versus Garhwal, and then also netted against East Bengal, which would have been special for her. Also scored in that first win versus Gokulam Kerala, back in the first game of the season. But she is playing in that midfield / wider role. Would like to see her play slightly higher up and get a few more goals, or at least get into those spaces, just like she did in the previous games. That could be handball. No, not given. That's a decent ball over the top, but just headed away by Thoibi Sana. Played towards the left-hand side, looked offside from that first viewing. Can't be offside making those runs. You can see the entire line of defense. You've got to stay onside there, Sulekha. That's a nice move, played towards the left-hand side. There's Dangmai Grace, has a few runners beyond her, plays it towards Karishma, poor touch. Karishma should get it back though. The spin of the ball allowed it to come back to her. 20 minutes played, it's still 0-0. And the longer it's like this, the more confident SESA will get. Maureen plays it wide and looks for the ball back. That is awkward. And then another shot into the stands. But still, the intent is a lot better from SESA. Most of the time, it's a counter-attack for them because they are defending with numbers. Chanbi has a tendency to shoot from a distance. Has also hit the crossbar from a distance. This time it was far out. Another poor ball. Both the runners going into the same space. Anju and Karishma. Looking for a ball through towards Sulekha, who is onside this time. Sulekha has a chance to shoot. She's been brought down. And she could be in trouble here. Was she given a free kick for diving, or was she the one who made the challenge? But what a brilliant run. Could have taken the shot, decided to go down. But this is the outlet for SESA. Sulekha runs down the left hand side. She can't be caught, she's too quick. And they lose possession. And that's a poor ball. Seema should pick it up. Almost halfway through the first half. Positives for SESA. And moving the ball along better than they have in previous games. It's just about taking the chance. And if you get a lead in a game, then everything changes. Here they come again down the right hand side. Cross comes in. Straight to the keeper. Otherwise Sulekha was there. So was Maureen. And every time they go forward, Sribhumi will feel like they have a chance to counter. And they're dropping back in numbers well. Fitness seems to be a lot better. Crossfield ball. Karishma is there, keeps it alive across the face of goal, but that is composed defending. Initial ball from Anju Chanu. Really calm defending there from Payal. Here's Sulekha again down the left hand side. Plays it back to Maureen. Lovely turn there by Bertha. I haven't seen too much of her on the ball today. Sarjita tried to go, but was stopped. And now a bit of space opens up for Dangmai Grace, but then Sangeeta to the rescue. Good awareness. And gives a thumbs up as well. Grace, decent ball. I think that's come off Karishma. It has. Great defending by Payal once again. Yes, Payal might as well play it out quickly. She does. Bit of an awkward touch there for Seema. Needs to clear it. But only as far as another red shirt. Grace plays it towards the left. And that should be a corner. Bit of a mistimed clearance there from Amruta Nayak, and it will be a set piece opportunity for SESA. Sorry, for Sribhumi, I beg your pardon. Sangeeta making sure everybody's in the correct position. Anju Chanu to take it. Headed on by Arifa Zahir. And then Thoy Bisana tries to keep it alive. Not the best of crosses from her. But Shivani Devi has it. She's got a bit of space to the right to cross. Good block from Sulekha. Was that a good all-round game already? Gets it back here. Keeping possession well, SESA. And now a ball through. This is a bit of a chance for Simran, who could have gone herself if she wanted to. Gets brought down. Going down too easy in the box here. You've got the pace to beat the defender on the initial run, so just keep running with the ball. That would be the idea. But Mamta does really well to come back from behind. Good run from Simran though. This is what SESA, I think, have worked on quite a bit. Hold and then run into space, but again the only problem is there's just one person running. Needs to be a few more. That's when things get tough for the opponents. Multiple people running at the same time, then it gets tough to track. Looking for that ball. Good work by Payal again. This time Sulekha can't get that under control. Mamta plays it into space but cleared away by Seema. Now Sulekha. And those aimless balls don't really work for SESA. They pick up the second ball though. Another one into space. That's more like it. Maureen has a chance. She shoots it straight to the keeper. Opportunity to chip on that occasion, but not taken. That was actually the way SESA conceded against Gokulam Kerala in the last game, or the game before. A really good chance, and those balls into space where somebody is there, that's more like it. Really positive stuff from SESA. But again, the luck not favouring them, creating chances, not taking them. Good work again by Payal. And now it looks like we will head into a cooling break. Definitely required. It's pretty hot and humid here in Kolkata. A chance to assess how this first 30 minutes have been. I think SESA the better of the two sides. Even though Sribhumi have had more of the ball, SESA have looked pretty calm in defense and have moved forward well on the counter. So a few people watching on, mostly East Bengal faithful, might stick around to watch the evening game as well. Good times if you're an East Bengal fan in the Indian Super League, which is the men's league. They're leading the table. The women's league, they are dominating in the IWL. Sujata Kar would know all about that, former East Bengal player. Time for Sangeeta to get us back underway.
Don't throw the bottle, please. Don't throw the bottle.
Play towards the right hand side. Sribhumi might have spoken about a few tactics to change things. That's a nice run. Dangmai Grace goes for the cross. In fact, it looked like Anju, or Shibani Devi rather, went for the cross. Did really well to get through those two SESA players, but the angle was easy then for Sangeeta to claim once the ball came into her path. Here's Sulekha again. Poor touch there from Sarjida. Not the best of defensive work. It falls to Shibani. But that's a really good comeback from Simran after losing the ball earlier on. Clears it away and doesn't take any chances this time. Good challenge again by Amruta Nayak. Cross comes in, cleared away by Payal. And now Janvi plays it through and they do well to keep possession. Good hold up play as well by Jivanti. But this too many intricate passes from SESA, that's not their style. Should have played the wider pass there. Or switched the play if they could. And another poor ball from Sribhumi's point of view. It's a chance again for Sribhumi. Sorry, for SESA. Sulekha with the cross. It's over the crossbar. But again, her running ability has been really impressive. Up and down on this left flank. From Sribhumi's point of view, they'll be thinking, how do we break down SESA? Just haven't been moving the ball as well as they were in phase 1. Not finding that flow yet. In phase 2. And again, really intelligent defending there by Amruta Nayak. Just letting the ball go through rather than making the challenge. Cross comes in. Easy for Sangeeta again. She can do this all day long. Sets off Sulekha. Goes for a left-footed ball herself. Could be offside. No, she's onside there. Bertha. Maureen is with her. Plays it towards Maureen, who could try to turn. Challenge comes in. No penalty, says the ref. Another light challenge, but this was, I think, the hardest one of the lot. They're looking for contact. They're looking for penalties, and that is when The referees will get their guard up all the more and not give the pen. But the passing has been good from SESA. 10 minutes to play in the first half. Sribhumi looked to break them down, not on this occasion. That ball a little too far. Here's Kamala. Has Mamta to her right. Mamta tries to keep going. Sulekha does really well to stop her. Good battle between these two. Sulekha goes for the challenge. She's got to be careful. She's on a yellow card. No need for that one. Ball was far away from her. Luckily, she didn't catch the opponent. Great work again from Payal, but then the pass isn't the best. Good challenge there from Maureen, and here's Bertha. Here's the chance for SESA to finally make it count. She chips the goalie, and that's the lead for SESA Football Academy. Brilliant link-up play between Maureen and Bertha. The Kenyans giving SESA the lead which they deserve. Sure, everybody will be impressed with that, and take a look at the celebrations as well, which you love to see. Just the fourth goal of the campaign for SESA Football Academy. The first for Bertha Umetha. What a composed finish that was. Tinked it over the keeper. No chance for Khambi Chanu. She came out well, but that is a beautiful finish.
Omita.
They've waited a long time to take a lead in a game. And I said that Sribhumi were reeling. And SESA have shown that if they are persistent, if they keep doing the same thing, then they will score. And usually it's Maureen who's making those runs, but this time she dropped deep and played it towards Bertha. Superb finish. They will get the plaudits, but take nothing away from the defense and goalkeeper and midfielders. They've all done so well to keep Sribhumi at bay. Sulekha again with the challenge. The final touch came of Karishma, I think. Will be a goal kick, so another good defensive move there from SESA. A few substitutes warming up now for Sribhumi. I don't know if they'll make the change now, but they're just keeping themselves warm. Got the three Ghanaians on the bench as well, who they will be looking to bring on. Challenge comes in again from Sulekha. She is quite feisty. Doesn't back down from a challenge. This one is her way. Coach Fernandez will be happy. And Sribhumi on the other hand, pretty distressed at the moment. So this is the best time to score from SESA's point of view, just a few minutes before half time. Simran, they would like to keep the ball further up the pitch. Of course, they haven't scored more than one goal in a game in this season. Have SESA saw how they would love to do that. Because of course one goal is never enough. But if there's any day that they can hold on to the lead or even double it, it's today. They've been playing so well. The entire team, attack and defense. That's a nice back heel. They get it back. This is brilliant from Bertha. Gets it back from Maureen, who continues her run. Plays it back to Maureen. Good challenge from Thoibi Sana because the ball was slightly slower than Maureen expected. And now SESA, after quite a few games, are actually playing those 1-2s, using the space. Otherwise, they were just booted upfield and relieve the pressure. You're not going to score goals like that. But even if you have two people just passing around, you will create chances, as we've seen already. That's a poor pass, and now Sribhumi making mistakes themselves. This time Maureen couldn't play towards Bertha. They've slightly switched roles here, which is working for them. Seema to Payal. No real press here from Sribhumi. Runs into traffic there. Does Simran a bit of a mistake? Shibani has it, plays it through towards Karishma, who's taking the shot wide. And Simran, of course, gets a mouthful from her teammates. Can't be losing the ball there. You've done all the hard work, and she's lucky that Karishma hasn't struck that with a bit of power. Sangeeta saw it trickling past that far post, but still, why give a chance to the opponents when you've been playing so well? Oh, that's an awkward one, given away. Didn't expect that, did Bertha. Kambi Chanu almost giving a gift. To Bertha Amita. One of the better halves of football that SESA have played in this campaign so far. One minute to go. Chance to shoot maybe. I think she was trying to pass there. Was Janvi. A bit of a push there and spotted by the ref. Good call. He's been spot on with most of those decisions. Karishma with a push from behind. Seema's ball has a bit too much of power on it. Collected there by Kambi. 45 minutes played, 3 to go. SESA would love to hold on to this lead. What a positive dressing room atmosphere it will be. But it, of course, also should be a focused one. Payal hits that onto her own teammate. Either way, it was going out. She has been really impressive today. Here's Mamta. Good pressure there again by Sulekha to force the bad touch of Shibani. And Maureen has also had a good first half. With Bertha, of course, Sulekha, Payal, Seema. Of course, Sangeeta between the sticks hasn't had a save to make, but good collections. Janvi as well. And that's good work by Amruta. SESA have had some good individual performers, but it's never been a team effort. That's been their issue. Today, it is one hell of a team effort. And that's why they're leading against a side like Sribhumi. Who, on the other hand, have played an All Indian 11, and they might make some changes in the second half. So, 3 minutes of added time was given, only 2 played there by the ref. But she's had a good game so far. Just the one card to Sulekha, but what a start to this game for SESA. Rather, what a first half for them is more like it. Solid in defense, breaking fast in attack, and they will take a lead into the break at East Bengal Ground. As we take a look at the highlights, started off 45 minutes ago. A few early chances, Anju taking that shot, but straight to the hands of the keeper. Couple of crosses here and there from SESA, again straight to the keeper. This one was played across the face of goal, but well negotiated by Payal, who's been so calm. Maureen with a shot but saved. And Sivani did well to cross one, but again nobody home. And then the finish by Bharata Amrita after linking up with Maureen. One of the best finishes we've seen all season. Dinked over the keeper's head. And of course they should celebrate. They've played so well, SESA, taking the lead. Sibani with another good link up with Karishma, but the cross was wide. And that brings us to the break. A big goal for SESA. A 1-0 lead as they look for their first win of the campaign. It's 1-0 to them as we head into a bit of a breather in this one. Join us on the other side for the second half. Welcome back to East Bengal Ground for the second half. It's SESA Football Academy who are leading by a goal to nil. Sribhumi haven't scored yet. And this would be a big team talk, and it would have been a big chat in the dressing room as well for SESA to bring a bit of life to their season, which seemed doomed. But just one result can change it all. And a few changes which I expected in the second half look to be on the cards for Sribhumi. For 45 minutes that could shape the way the season goes from here for both teams. So there you go. Looks like Veronica's on. Bala Devi's on as well.
Player number 6, Suletha Kanhan, replaced by player number 13.
And Musumi Murmu as well.
Organza.
On the other hand, this other game between Garhwal United and Gokulam Kerala is 3-2 towards Gokulam Kerala. So that is also an eventful game taking place. 45 minutes played there as well. A lot of shape shifting in the table could take place in the next 45. So here we go, 45 minutes to play. SESA still looking for their first win. Sribhumi need to get onto the scoreboard. They need to get some form into the final few games of this IWL season. Big changes for Sribhumi. And of course they've kept the big guns to be brought in. Now they have brought the big guns in. It's important that they make it count. SESA don't have to change anything. They have to keep doing what they've been doing. Ball played through, chance to shoot, chipped, and the first time of asking, Sribhumi take the lead, and guess who? It's Bala Devi, her first involvement in the game. That is why she is an absolute legend. Everybody going towards her to celebrate, as if you expect anything else from her. She saw the keeper off the line, brilliant chip. That is why she's been there, done it all. And that is why Sujata Kaur was keeping the big guns on the bench. And just like that, it's 1-1.
Substitution for Sribhumi.
What a career Bala Devi has had. You cannot give her so much of space. Too easy. Not sure what the keeper was doing so high.
Veronica.
Beautiful chip into the back of the net.
Player number
And that's the first time she actually touched the ball in the game.
replaced
Brilliant
by
stuff.
player number 18, Moshumi Murmu. Player number 37, Yumna Kamala Devi, replaced by player number 10, Bala
Those are the
Devi.
substitutions that you're hearing about, but what a fantastic goal there from Bala Devi. And what a career she has had, of course. Thrice AIFF Women's Player of the Year. Been top scorer of the Indian Women's League as well. A couple of times. She's won the Rajmata Jijabai Trophy a few times as well. National Games gold medalist.
Sribhumi FC, by
Chance
jersey
to
number 10, Bala Devi.
cross it in this time. Doesn't take place. SAF Women's Championship winner as well, Bala Devi, and South Asian Games gold medalist. A name that is synonymous with Indian football when it comes to, oh, that's a great shot. Chance now on the rebound for Sribhumi. A bit of a clash there between the players. I think Rimpa's gone down. Awkward one. Another shot from a distance. Was it Bala this time? We'll have to just check. And this time it was Anju. Great shot. It looked like Sangeeta had it covered, but it hit the crossbar. Nonetheless, on the rebound was a chance for Sribhumi. As I said, her name synonymous with Indian women's football, with Indian football in general. I would say nationally, internationally, look at that finish. That's what she's all about. Multiple appearances for India, of course. Was slightly injured for a while, but now, and she's brought on only with 45 minutes to play, she knows exactly what is required. Well, she's still got it, that's for sure. Of course, doing India proud, signing for Rangers in Scotland. Like a few of the women who have gone on to play in foreign countries at the top level. But now it's about SESA trying to just get back on track. Of course, it's not easy when you have the likes of Bala Devi and co coming on, especially after scoring in the first few seconds. But they have to try and take control of the game. And speaking of which, here's Bala, plays it through. Good touch there by Veronica. And Philomena is also there, but she hasn't been brought on. That's a decent ball through. Keeper should get there first. Big game for Sangeeta, of course. Against all the firepower that Sribhumi possess. That'd be a foul, easy challenge. Rather easy foul to call for the ref. Shibani just trying to nick the ball there of Fatima Braganza, who's on. And now Payal has a chance to put something into the area. Can SESA get a second goal in this game? They haven't done that so far in the campaign. You've got to keep playing positive football the way they were playing in the first half. Pyle puts it in, decent ball, keeper comes for it. They've both been absolutely clattered. That should be a throw in there for SESA. But that was an awkward one. Kambi Chanu coming for it. She is in a lot of pain, of course. As was Maureen. It was a 50-50 ball. Of course, she will be in a bit of shock there. They're just calming her down. Hopefully she's okay. Sujata Kar. Very experienced player herself. Watching on, and everybody will be happy to see that Kambi Chanu is okay. Maureen went for it. And actually it was Kambi who went straight into Maureen. Maureen didn't do much. Of course, all eyes on the ball for both players. She's up and she's ready to go. That's great to see. Not much of a stoppage there. A bit of a double team from the SESA players. And that'll be a foul, of course. Now, what a fantastic setup to this second half. Good defensive work again by Seema Kispota. Devi couldn't get the pass through. And Alberta, with that left foot, plays it into a bit of space for Fatima, who gets absolutely wrestled off the ball there. Not a foul though. By Mosumi Murmu, another very talented player. It looks like she's playing slightly deeper, right back position by the looks of it. Awkward one now for Thoibisana, doesn't really clear it away. Anelia has a chance to shoot. Anelia with the shot, and that's the goal! SESA get another one. Anelia Barreto scores her second of the campaign. And for the first time, SESA scored 2 this season. They've got all the celebrations chalked out.
By
Anelia with a fantastic finish, a bit of a defensive mishap there, not the best of clearances. What a game this is turning out to be at East Bengal Ground. 10 minutes into the second half, SESA take the lead again. Brilliant finish through the legs of the defender. Very tough for the keeper to pick it up. And that'll go down as a Thoibisana mistake. Tried to clear it away. Arifa Zahir couldn't get there in time to block the shot. Neither could Kambi Chanu go down to her right hand side. Brilliant finish from Anelia Barreto, who scores a second of the campaign. Most importantly, SESA score their second in a game for the first time in the campaign. A topsy-turvy game to say the least. And SESA do play East Bengal next, which will be a very tough game for them, of course. So if they can get one win here, there's another chance to shoot for Maureen. Couldn't make the most of it this time. But a win here would be fantastic for SESA. We were to take them to 4 points, 5 away from Garhwal. Anything can happen. Gokulam Kerala winning 3-2 will go above Sribhumi if it stays this way. Another ball played into space. Maureen will chase. Kambi will come for it. Needs to just play it out. And that's how things can change. Belief, intent, and everything in between from SESA's side. Everybody thought they were down and out. But what a fighting ability they have shown. Anilia last scored back in January when she got the equalizer against Kickstart in the 17th minute. After that, a couple of goals were scored by Kickstart by SEN, and SESA lost 3-1. But this is the first time they've scored 2 in this campaign. 2 really good goals. The first finish from Bertha, chipping the keeper. This second one from Anilia into that bottom left. Long ball now. And this will test Sribhumi as well. That's a good run through. This is a chance for the second one for Sribhumi. Good defensive work there. The shot wasn't taken. That was a great run. Somebody stayed down as well. Bala keeps going, plays it through. Wonderful ball from her. Shibani. Good defensive work there from Seema Kispota. Anju to Bala Devi. Looks to go through. Nothing to it. Brilliant work there from Bertha, who will keep going herself. Shows a bit of physicality here. Holds on to the ball. And Anilia. Back to Bertha. Dictating the play here. That's offside. Could have held the ball a little bit more. She did so well. But of course, Sribhumi have half an hour and more to get back into this. Given possession away again. Maureen is there. She will pick it up. Fatima does well. Maureen back to Bertha. Tries to give it into the space. Could have held it up for a bit. There was Janvi who was giving her some options. Foul spotted by the ref. There will be a SESA ball. This would be an absolutely incredible result for them. But there's still half an hour of work to do. Chance here again. Could fall towards Bertha. That's a good defensive interception there. Very easily could have been met by Bertha, who's already got a good finish. Shivani plays it through. Bala back towards Shivani. Not the best ball from her. Fatima plays it back. Here is Bertha. Maureen could go through. Maureen is through. She's onside. Here's a chance for SESA. Good work there from Kambi Chanu. Anilia goes for a shot herself. Not a bad option. But a slightly poor touch there from Maureen. Otherwise, she was through on goal. SESA have found their flow. They've figured out how to play this. Especially against a side who is playing a high line. They go through well with some pace. Speaking of which, here's Fatima. Goes for the cross. Mosumi needs to clear. She does. She catches Bertha in the bargain. But Sribhumi will carry on. Bertha needs to get back up. Played towards Bala Devi, who will pick up that loose ball. Space on the right hand side if Shibani wants to spread it. But she can't. Bala Devi herself can do that. Nice flick on from Veronica, but well negotiated by the defense. And what I've liked about SESA is they've not stayed back and allowed Sribhumi to come at them. They've attacked themselves. When you play positive football, you reap the rewards, and they have today. Fatima looks for the ball towards Maureen, who's run a lot today. She's got Bertha with her, could be offside. Bertha is off. A bit of a spill there from Kambi, but the flag was up and the assistant sees the lighter side of it. Mosami puts it through. Good work from Simran, who has been solid as well for SESA. Only issue they would have felt is they give Bala Devi too much space for that goal. You can't be leaving her all alone in those areas. But that's how good her positional sense is. She makes herself free. SESA will keep a bit of the ball now. Played back from Amruta, Sangeeta. They've got a clear now. Just a bit too casual on that occasion. Here's Shibani. Will be a SESA throw. The longer they have the lead, the more confident they will get. Until the last 5-10 minutes, that's all nerves. That always is when you're leading a game, no matter what stage it is. Especially if it's SESA, who haven't picked up a win yet. Thabisana plays it through, cleared away by Payal. Looks like another change is on the cards. It's Felicia Daw, Owosu and Philomena Abaka, the Ghanaians who can come on. Veronica Apia is already on. Seema, nice chip. Taken back there by Jivanti. Awkward clearance by Amruta though. And here is the change. Philomena is on. She will replace Karishma Firvoikar. Philomena scoring in the last game, albeit in a losing cause against Setu FC.
Substitution for Sribhumi
It's a good challenge by Thoy Bisana.
Player number 17, Karishma Purushottam Shirvoikar, replaced by player number 22, Renu.
Here's Anju Chano. Rimpa loses out. That looks like it's going to be a foul throw. Which is not what you want to see at this level. Bit of a lift there of the feet. Both feet have got to be on the floor when you're taking it. That's what Bala Devi is saying. Pride of Indian football, Bala Devi. And it's great for the players of both sets of sides to be playing against or with someone like her, sharing the field with her rather. Nice ball through. Opportunity again here for SESA. And that's an awkward shot. Never really on target there from Maureen, who's looking slightly more tired now. They don't have a Diana and Tweet today. Not many options on the bench for SESA as compared to Sribhumi, who have a huge squad. It's a good header from Seema. Bala tries to nestle it there towards Sibani. Philomena brought down but got the ball. That's a good challenge. Bertha keeps going. A little too slow in releasing the ball there. Philomena, with her big presence in the midfield, will try to get as much of the ball as she can. And Veronica as well. It's been almost 20 minutes since SESA scored. And Sribhumi haven't created a chance since. Well, there was a chance, but they didn't take a shot. And now on the counter, they could have a bit of space. Anju. Good defensive work. The pass wasn't the best towards Shibani, who will now pick it up. Here's Mosami, who switched towards the left-hand side, goes for a ball herself. Sangeeta will claim it. A bit too much on that ball. Sangeeta smashes it long. Good touch there by Toibisana on that left foot. Bertha, what a game it's been for her. Another ball through. Chance, maybe keeper comes for it and gets a touch. Otherwise, Maureen could have been in on goal once again. Now Sribhumi have a bit of a chance. Bala Devi has a pass towards her left, plays it there. Shibani cuts in, takes a shot. Needed to stay wider, I think. And Sangeeta does well to make the call to Anilia. She lead up a few seconds here. Now that's a good ball played wide towards SESA, who are moving forward in numbers today. That's been the impressive part. Fatima tries to find Maureen, who is looking a bit tired now. Bertha does well to win the ball back. Needs to keep it in play. And she does. Fatima back to Maureen. Bertha continues her run towards the left-hand side. There's a runner inside if she wants to play it. Veronica does well and should take the ball forward now. Gets past Bertha and then Fatima. Anju to Shibani. Good challenge again from Seema. Last touch was off her, so she has to clear it. She does. And then again over the top. That's a nice one from Anilia as well. 20 minutes to play. This game hangs perfectly. I wouldn't say in the balance because SESA is leading. But there's just enough for both teams to play for. Sribhumi need a result here. Of course, nobody needs it more than SESA. Dwindling right at the bottom of the table. Play to the centre. Bala Devi goes for the touch forward, but a bit too much on it. Doesn't find Rimpa's run. What SESA have done is they've kept the ball really well. And they've not allowed Sribhumi to have spaces to play it into at options early. So far, tactically, this has been the best game they've played. But will they get a result out of it? That's the most important question here. Again, possession lost. Bertha plays it to Maureen, who tries to find her with that 1-2. There's a good ball though from Janvi before that. Here's Sibani. Moshumi stops her run. Baladevi with a good ball, headed through. Rimpa could take it forward. Rimpa tries to cut inside. She does, sets it up now for the shot. And it's wide. What a chance for Renu. Payal with the challenge. Rimpat fell to her kindly. She set it up and Renu's shot couldn't really wrap her left foot around it. Veronica. Poor first touch, which means that she gave Jivanti a bit of time to play it away, but she plays it out of play. And time for a cooling break now. 17 minutes to go. It's still a 1-0 lead for SESA Football Academy. Getting close. You can see many of them are cramping up. They're tired, but this is the game. This is the one they've got to give their everything for, SESA. Must be thinking now, if not today, then when? When will we get our first win? Few people watching on. Might see a few more in the evening for East Bengal's game. Time for a change here. So Sonda Mondal is on in place of Arifa
Player number 3,
Zahir.
Arifa Zahir, replaced by player number 28, Shonda Mondol.
So into the final phase of play. Here's Veronica. Looking to steam in with a long throw. Doesn't work. Headed away by Seema. Anju. Far away from Bala, who might just pick it up here if Rimpa plays it to her. Rimpa doesn't play it to her. 50-50. Bala loses out. Here's Jivanti. Maureen keeps it in play. Nobody running beyond her. Now Maureen. Bertha might be making a run. So is Anelia and Fatima. Good challenge there by Thorbisana. Simran fizzles out of play. Thorbisana once again. Mosumi. Sribhumi need to start getting a little frantic. That's a challenge that comes in. Mosumi goes flying. Here's Bala. Does really well to twist and turn and then plays it through. Too hard for Shibani though. And Sangeeta, of course, taking her time. Omita Trying to make a bit of space. Thabisana not leaving her at all. SESA play East Bengal next on the 9th of May, then Setu, then Nita FA, then Garhwal United. You never know what could happen. If they can take points off Sribhumi, then they will be really confident. Yes, it'll be tough to take points from East Bengal, but the other three fixtures they'll favour. Gokulam Kerala winning 4-2 now versus Garhwal United. Which is actually a good result for SESA. That's awkward. Go straight to Sangeeta. Because Garhwal will stay on 9, and that means SESA will be 5 points away from them. Only problem is that both might go down. 2 relegation spots there. That's a nice turn from Rimpa. Gets the better of Simran for the time being. Simran tries to go back. Bala Devi couldn't get the touch and couldn't set it up for anybody. Somebody has stayed down, so we will have a stoppage. It's Thabisana. Not sure when this happened, but she has got a bit of a problem. Seems to be in quite a bit of pain. So if SESA go to 4 points today, they'll be 6 off that safe spot. There's Coach Edith Fernandez. Be so proud of the way his players have played, but they deserve the 3 points, he would be thinking. But that counts for nothing. You've got to get the points. Flicked on. Sangeeta does really well to keep it in play and then run down a few seconds. Our game management has been good so far. So Sribhumi and Kickstart, that is if Sribhumi lose today, will stay on 10. And SESA will be 2 wins away from them. But the goal difference isn't great, of course. But it gives them a bit of hope. You never know what could happen. With 4 games to play after this. Ball through for Bala Devi. Gets there. Decides not to shoot first time. Good pressure from the women in blue. And then that shot was a little too far-fetched. And now it could be played through. Decent ball. Bertha is offside. Was she in her own half though? That's what she might have been thinking. Call is already made though by the assistant. Looks like she was just in the opponent's half. Moshumi towards Rimpa. That's a decent ball. Simran should stop it from going for a corner as well. Holding their own here, SESA. 9 minutes plus added time to go. Rimpa's in a bit of trouble, but they will continue here. Sribhumi. Ball comes in. Sangeeta. Good claim. Always pressure when even if it's an easy ball, you've still got to catch it. Sangeeta's kicks have been good. Smashes it upfield. Maureen, good touch towards Bertha. Good touch from her as well. She gets caught, but it's not going to be given a foul. And Sribhumi have every right to continue. Here's Mosumi. And now the ref says that you can stop play. There wasn't much momentum in that move either. They're almost there. That's what they'll be thinking. But this is Bertha's goal. What a finish. With that left foot of hers, dinging it over the keeper Kambi, who didn't have a chance actually, outstretched. Getting a bit of treatment here. Bertha looks like she's in a bit of pain. But it's an impact injury, so she's got to put some spray, put some ice and get back on. Her team needs her. Anjali Nayak there, the physiotherapist. Trying to help Bertha as much as she can. I think she should be fine to continue. 7 minutes to go, plus a bit of added time, which will be added on due to the injuries, etc. Here's Mosumi. Headed away. Tentative there to shoot was Anju Chanu. Another ball played in. This is the chance. And this should be the goal. Baladevi puts it in and the equalizer for Sribhumi. A brace for Bala. And Sribhumi are back in it. And one of the easiest goals she'll score in all of her illustrious career. Sujata Kar will be pleased. But I think she'll want the win now. This was the ball from Shibani. It was missed by one player. Then Rimpa squared it towards Bala. That's a good ball from Rimpa. Renu missed it first time round. Just there. Then Rimpa with the ball across. And Sangeeta couldn't get the touch, but Bala did. And that's a second one for her. 2 chances, 2 goals for the great woman. And now Sribhumi could nick it. Do SESA have it in them to score a third? That would be a fantastic feat for them. Rimpa plays it through, chance to cross. Seema does well to block it, but it will be a corner for Sribhumi. This will be a dramatic final few minutes in this game. Anju Chanu. Poor delivery, but now it's been short. Not the best of shots either. They had a 2-2 draw in a game, the 2 games before this, versus Garhwal. Shivani and Rimpa scoring in that, and they were down. Within the first 10 minutes, they conceded 2 goals, but then came back from behind Sribhumi. Something similar this time. They've been down twice. They've come back from behind twice. That's a good interception. Bala ruling the roost now, dropping deep. Mosumi. Thoibesana. Cleared away by Simran. 4 minutes more for SESA to hold on. Even if they can get a point here, they'll be, I won't say delighted, but they'll be content. Chance to cross here again. Over the top. Too much power on it. And an apologetic hand raised there from Renu. Sangeeta couldn't do much about that goal. 1-2 by Shivani and Bala. Shivani will keep going. Seema's with her. And Seema does enough to put Shivani off on that occasion. Time for a change now. Arpita Pednikar will come on for Jivanti, who's had a good game
Substitution
in the
for
midfield.
SESA Football Academy. Jersey number 24, Jivanti, replaced by jersey number 73, Arpita Yeshwant.
That's not the best of goal kicks. In fact, it's been kept in play by Fatima. Payal makes a hash of it, and here's a chance for Sribhumi. Payal with a really good challenge to make amends for what was an error in judgment. She thought she'll watch the ball out, but that just wasn't the case. Don't want to make mistakes here. SESA, after working so hard, would like to get at least a point, but Sribhumi will be looking to pounce. Momentum is with them, having scored the latest goal. Shivani's quick, but she won't get that. That's the change. Arpita on for Jivanti. If they don't win this one, SESA, then all hopes of staying up will be pretty bleak. Toybisana plays that away. 1 more minute till we find out how many will be added on at the end of this one. What a game it's been between two teams battling to get into form. Foul given, something the ref spotted there. Just to put things into context, as I said, Sribhumi, if they don't win this, they'll only be 2 points ahead of Garhwal United, who are in that relegation spot in 7th place. So it's not making things easier for them either. My Bertha has a chance to put something into the area to try and give SESA the lead for the 3rd time in the game. Needs a good delivery here. Bertha has ball towards the second post. Payal couldn't get that header in, and 6 minutes of added time at the end of this one. Six minutes to salvage something here. And that's a fantastic run. Chance to make it 3-2 to Sribhumi. What a save from Sangeeta. I don't think the pass was on though for Impa. It looked like it was, but there were a few runners along with Shivani. There you see the pass wasn't on. What an opportunity for Sribhumi to nick it. What a good save by Sangeeta. But they have another chance via corner. Sangeeta's there. Punches it away. That's great goalkeeping. Here's Shivani. Cross in, headed away. Sribhumi will have it again. Dinked over the top, headed away by Seema. Maureen does well. Oh, that ball was a little too hard to chase. Shivani does well to get there ahead of Anilia. Mosumi does well and spreads the play, but only as far as Simran, who clears. As I said, momentum is with Sribhumi. They've got fresh legs, they've got experienced players. None more so than the woman on the ball. Bala plays it wide. Rimpa goes for the ball through. Awkward one. Bit of pinball in the area, but Sangeeta claims the ball. Great kick from Sangeeta. This is how that last chance transpired. Just need by, I think it was Renu into Sangeeta. If Sribhumi don't win this, they'll be winless in 5, which is pretty poor. It's a good run by Bertha. Anelia is trying to make her way into the box, but will she get a chance? In fact, it's Maureen. Now Bertha with the ball in. Anelia might be there. Moshumi sets it up for Thoy Bisana, who clears. Shivani plays it through. Bala Devi with a bit of a long stride. Gets there first. Might look to cut inside. Goes for the nutmeg. Still has the ball though. Bala still has it. That's good defensive work by Amruta. But Shibani back to Bala, who looks to line it up, but doesn't hit the target. Could have taken a touch forward, but she has been superb today. In the second half, 2 goals for her. This is an awkward one for Thoy Bisana, just about gets a touch on it. It was offside though before anything else.
Substitution for SESA Football Academy. Player number 17, Bertha Omita, replaced by player number 28, Sheila Singh.
So Sheila Singh will come on for Bertha, who has had an absolutely phenomenal game in the midfield. She's run everywhere, she's created, she's scored, she's tackled, and now she'll be stretchered off, unfortunately. But what a game by her. Maybe we'll just get SESA a point, but very easily could have given them their first 3. That was the goal she scored. What a dink. One of the finishes of the season, that's for sure. Gokulam Kerala have hit Garhwal United for 6 goals now. 6-2 there. Chance to cross here. Sribhumi, the header is not on target from Veronica. Hasn't been too involved since coming on after half time. Sajata Kar trusting all the local players who've been doing well, but we're under a bit of pressure in that first half, trailing. The foreigners haven't given too much of impetus to this game either. Bala, Rimpa, Shibani have done really well. Anju Chanu also. Possession given away. They've got to be careful there. Chance to cross here for Sribhumi. It's over the top. 96 have been played. Maybe a minute more for all the stoppages. It's the ref's discretion now. So we will play on. It's a decent touch through. And now a chance maybe for SESA to nick it. Here's Maureen. She does well. Plays it through. Will fall to a red shirt. And that will be full time. What a game this has been between SESA Football Academy and Sribhumi Football Club. Eventually, the spoils will be shared and SESA will get their second point of the season only. A brace for Bala, but that wasn't enough for Sribhumi to get their 3 points. They will move up to 11 after 10 games. SESA will only be on 2
Ladies
points
and gentlemen,
after 10
the
games, 4
final
to play
score is
as
SESA
they
Football
stare down the
Academy
barrel of
2,
relegation.
Sribhumi FC
But either way,
2.
one of the games of the campaign, SESA gave their heart and soul. Sribhumi kept fighting with resilience and came back from behind twice. Eventually, I think the result is a fair one. No winner at East Bengal Ground as we take a look at the highlights. Initial chance by Anju, which was collected easily by Sangeeta. Good game from her again. Cross into the area, which was taken easily by Kambi. Another ball in by Anju. Simran did well, but it was eventually Payal who had a superb game, who nestled that back into the keeper's hands. Maureen shot saved well by Kambi. Then Shibani, who played well throughout the game, with a cross, easy collection by Sangeeta. And then Bertha Mitha after a ball from Maureen with a delightful chip to give SESA the lead in the first half. Celebrations galore for them. Shivani with the ball towards Karishma. It was wide as SESA took a 1-0 lead into the second half, but then Sribhumi brought on the big guns, and there's no bigger gun than Bala Devi, chipping it from outside the 18-yard box into the back of the net. Brilliant goal by her. Then a big clash between Maureen and Kambi, both of them fine, but Anelia with a brilliant finish herself to give the side from Goa, SESA Football Academy, the lead. And they held on to the lead for quite some time. They almost made it 3-1. That shot from Maureen was a slightly tired one. Rimpa with a really good opportunity here, setting it up, but Renu's shot was wide. A few more chances for Sribhumi, good collections from Sangeeta. And then Shivani played it through. Rimpa with a good first time pass towards Bala Devi, who's not going to miss from there. Easy as you like for the legend. And that's eventually a good move from Sribhumi's point of view. And that was the goal that gets them that 1 point. And Sangeeta stopping Rimpa, which could have been the game for Sribhumi, but at the end the spoil shared. It was a good game from both teams. The officials were also top notch. And that brings us to a close. SESA Football Academy 2, Sribhumi FC 2. A point each for them. Just the second point of the campaign for SESA. But that's not all, because in around an hour and a bit, or a couple of hours rather, we've got another matchup for you as East Bengal FC, the defending champs, take on Kickstart FC. So make sure to join us for that on the Indian Football YouTube channel. This is Liam signing off, and I'll catch you for the next one.